Good morning, Mike. This is Studio One's lounge. Welcome to Livingston. Okay. We do have daylight when there's good light outside. Little hi-fi, television, video, blah. So duck Donald, we're filming. Just give us 5 minutes. Okay, welcome to Studio One. Please come in. This is the control room. SSL E-Series console with G-Series automation, 3.5-inch floppies, 56 channels. Very unique console this. It's got black knob EQ, but when we bought the console, SSL hadn't actually started manufacturing the black knob EQ, so they handmade us prototypes, which we then set the curves up in connection with one of their engineers to our own choice. And it's universally acclaimed as sounding better than any other E-Series. Top of the rack, there's 24 channels of outboard mic amps, which we've made a feature of and we're calling mic amp suite. This is actually mine. This is called a Gates compressor, stay level, it might be known as by some people, or not known at all. Valve compressor from the late 50s, early 60s. Sounds great, really good on bass, good on voices sometimes. Vastly underrated. You can buy them for, well, less than a regular good quality, something like an 1176. You can pick them up for less than that on eBay sometimes. But people are beginning to, understand about them. Really nice compressors. Other than that, it's fairly standard fit. Blah blah blah. Let's go out there. So follow me to the recording area. This is a neutral area, although it's, as you can probably hear from my voice, it's got a little bit of a ping to it. It's quite nice. Call that a piano room, although the piano hardly ever gets put in there, but it's a slightly live. It's good for horns, good for percussion, but it's not a real bangy room. Follow me, there's a booth. There's another booth here. You've got singer-songwriter in there with acoustic guitar and voice. Feature of both of our studios, as you will see when you see Studio 2, is we have lots of good visual contact between different areas. Something I'm very fussy about. I think it's absolutely important, even though hardly anyone ever plays together, but we encourage it, and when they do, they enjoy it. And then we go in now into what I would consider to be the most important part of the studio. It's loved by drummers throughout the world even, well, let's say England anyhow. It's the live room. But this is a really good live room, great bashy drum sound if you want it, but it's not so live that you can't take your microphones close and get a pretty tight sound as well. That's a really good feature of the room, very proud of it. Okay. And then we have another little booth where we store rubbish mainly, but you can use it. So there's lots of areas in here, there's 5 different areas. All got air conditioning of course, both studios, both control rooms. We have off-street parking and ground floor loading into the studio off the car park. So, it's a very easy place to get in and out of. Recent clients have included, we just had Muse in, we had Placebo in recently, Asian Dub Foundation, Raikou a little while ago. If you want to go back over the years, I suggest you go and look at our website, but there's a long list of people, www.livingstonstudios.co.uk. We're going to go into Studio 2, which is our second studio. It's smaller than Studio 1, but you'll see when you get in there. So let's go and have a look. Follow me. And here we have Studio 2. Pride of place is our AMEC Rembrandt console. Where did they get those names from? But we really like it. It's got a great sound, good mic amps. Both faders are automated, and both faders have their own separate EQ. So the only functions they share are the echo sends. So when you're in remix, you've actually got 80 automated inputs. That's the word I'm looking for. Compared to Studio One, we have less sort of high end. We don't have a thing like a Lexicon 480 in here, but we have a PCM 80 and a Lexicon 200, and a good selection of outboard compressors. And there's someone trying to come in the door. Hello, Verity. This is Verity, by the way. Very important part of the studio. As you can see, brings us tea sometimes. This is one of the main features of the studio is tea, which we pride ourselves on. We train our staff highly in how to make it, and I carry this information around with me around the world and instruct people in studios worldwide. And this is the live room. not as big as Studio One's, but still very effective. We find it very popular. You know, we do a lot of jazz records in here, and we do regular bands, small orchestral lineups. This is a nice room for percussion, horns, drums if you don't want it sort of massive, but just, you know, a bit live. As you can see, neat, effective. And then we move into the centre section, which is a neutral acoustic, I would call it. It's definitely not live. You do in here, people put basses in here and voices and that sort of thing. There is a small booth to my left, but it's a little cold in winter due to its closeness to the outside world. But it's fine. And then we have in here a room, and this generally gets occupied by piano. We have 2 pianos. Let's close that door because that horrible looking sweepy cabinet there. This is a Yamaha 6'6" grand, I can't remember what it's called, and we also have a Bechstein. This is a good all-round, good for jazz records sort of piano. The other one's a bit of a rock and roll piano, so it's not right for everything, but we move them around to people's choice according to what they want. The thing I most enjoy about being an engineer is just this fact that you're sometimes a witness to incredible pieces of music being played by incredible people, and you meet so many people in different places. You get to travel. It's just what more? It's not a real job at all, is it? Really, I just really enjoy all aspects of it. I mean, I do enjoy knob twiddling, and I'm sort of a bit of a, you know, I like my car always has lots of gadgets in it, so I'm a gadget man. But the biggest thrill is still being in a room where someone truly creative is working, and to hear them, witness them creating, and it's a wonderful thing, and it gives you a real thrill sometimes. You know, it happens once a year probably that the hairs on the back of your neck stand up on end, but it is just great.
If someone wanted to hire you as an engineer,
yes,
how would they describe you to the A&R guy?
Well, I hope you see me don't mean physically. Slim, elegant, you know, good looking, youthful. I guess I'm a specialist in recording real people doing real things. I think it's how I would say it.
If someone was describing Livingston Studios, how do you think someone from outside would describe Livingston as a studio?
Oh, I think I hope they would describe us as having elements of traditional recording with elements of modernity, so that, you know, we can handle a broad spectrum of things with a friendly staff, homely atmosphere. I think is very important. We don't try to be too sort of frightening people, but efficient at the same time. You know, sort of out the way but efficient. But we're there if you want to talk to us and be friendly, or we're not if you don't.
And you could appeal equally well to anyone from George Michael down to your local band who've saved up quite a bit.
Exactly, and we have done this. We've had George Michael in here once, and we've had local bands and Rolf Harris and REM and Muse, and, you know, all sorts of very broad. But there's a commonality to all these things, I think, when that is, it's still involving people setting up a drum kit, some guitar amps. They may go and record it into Pro Tools and chop it all around and all that, but at some point there is use of that area out there, and all that hopefully it brings to a record.